Hey, how you doing? Welcome back to another predictions video with your big boy buddy Gore, and it's time for, of course, that state of play that got announced earlier today, which I didn't mention at all. Like I didn't mention on Twitter, I didn't mention on my community page. I will be streaming, obviously, 5 p.m. tomorrow my time, and yeah. So I'm excited for it. It feels like there's not that much hype going into this one. I feel like state of plays are usually, you know, I mean, I always have a good time. I always have a good time. So I'm not going to waste too much time here. I feel like these predictions go a little too long. So, and honestly, I was having a hard time predicting what could be here. So I'm just going to bring up a lot of games that I think are obvious, and then a couple of things I would like to see. So let's get to it. I think this one is like the one. This is going to be the game that is going to carry the show, I guess you could say. And I have a feeling it's going to be here, and that is Wolverine. I think that's like, I don't know. It's not confirmed, but I would not be surprised at all if if we even start the show with this. If we start it off and it's like a trailer and like, ooh, what's going on? And then you see the whoosh, the blades, and then I want to say it's Liam McIntyre playing him too, who I'm a fan of because I used to watch Spartacus all the time. And yeah, that's my guess too. April 2026, right before GTA 6. I could see that. I mean, this game's been in development for so long, and I think it's going to be pretty. I would assume it's going to be pretty linear, but who knows? It could be open world. I mean, it might be cool being able to like climb up buildings, or whatever. Like maybe you're in a jungle or something. I don't know. Anyway, so there you go. That's one prediction. Next, Death Stranding 2 DLC. It's been 3 months since it came out, so I would not be surprised if we get like. I wouldn't expect story DLC, but kind of like what Death Stranding 1 had when it came to PS5. It had those like trials. I would not be surprised if we got something like that. But to be fair, Kojima just did a thing where he showed off all of his stuff. So if that would happen, it probably would have been announced then. But you never know. Maybe he saved it for Sony because it is a exclusive, at least for now. I mean, it is a PlayStation Studios game, right? So even when it was on Xbox, it would still, like Helldivers, like that. So they might have the rights to, hold off and announce that their own thing. So that could still happen. Next is Intergalactic gameplay trailer. I thought this was a game that was announced, and I was like, all right. So I wasn't like super excited about it. I don't like this name. I think it's a really lame ass name. But it could be good. You never know. It could be fun little space globe, literally globe trotting because you're going to different planet hopping, whatever. It'll probably be linear is my guess, but it could be cool. You never know. I would like to see actual gameplay. We saw a little bit, but not much. This one's confirmed to be there. Saros is the game from the Returnal people. This will have, I think they already said 5 minutes shown. Here's a prediction because I have to make a prediction. This is a prediction. They already confirmed. It's gonna have guns, of course. It's going to be very Returnal. It's going to have guns, but there's going to be something unique about the guns. There's going to be like some really deep, like, I don't know if it's going to be a roguelike this time. It'll probably play a lot like Returnal, but it might not be a roguelike this time. But, I mean, why would they do that? Keep to what you know, I guess, right? I'm going to say it's not going to be it's not going to be exactly like Returnal. It's going to play like it, but it's not going to, the gameplay, you jumping around stuff, but it's not going to be exactly like a roguelike where you die, you come back and whatever. And I'm going to say it's going to be something weird about the guns. That's my prediction. Like, so something weird about the guns that's unique. Maybe you could customize them, combine two or something. If they're even as guns, it might be just like, melee, or maybe it's a puzzle game. We don't fucking know, actually. So you never know. Anyway, this one I really want to happen. Nier reincarnation, please. Oh my god, this is the phone game that got sadly taken down. Is it sad? I don't know. It's one of those type of games I don't like. But there was like a rumor about it being re-released a few months ago, and immediately I was like, oh my god, if they just turn it into like a turn-based RPG, because it played like a turn-based RPG, but not really. I mean, it was a gotcha game. So you're waiting for for your characters to attack, pretty much. I would love a turn-based Nier game. That would be amazing if they took everything that was in there in the game And then, because I never like followed the story or anything for Nier Reincarnation. I wanted to, but I also wanted to play the game, but I also didn't want to play the game because I don't like the gameplay style, but I didn't want to just watch videos about it, you know what I mean? It's just like, I'd rather experience Nier through the story, not just some guy explaining the lore to me. So I was fingers crossed with this. Fingers crossed that this happens, so that'd be really nice. Next, I was thinking about like games that are already out. Like what could we have? And I was thinking, another Stellar Blade crossover. I was thinking, you know what? Wu Chang just came out. That game has or Wu Chang, whatever how you pronounce it. That game had a lot of, like, and it was pretty popular. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get that. It's not a PlayStation exclusive. If anything, it was more of an Xbox thing anyway, because it was like on Game Pass and it was at Xbox's showcases. But I would not be surprised if we get a crossover of that or Resident Evil. Because if you don't know, the same developers make that, what the fuck's it called? What are you called? What is it called? You got the butts with the shooting. That game. Anyway, I looked at the freaking... There was a crossover trailer. They have a crossover with Resident Evil, that game. It's the same developers. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's also announced that Stellar Blade has the same crossover. You get like a Jill costume, you get Claire one or something. I think they released a complete edition, though. I didn't even think about this. Aren't they working on Stellar Blade 2? Maybe they'll just do a teaser trailer for that. Oh, shit, motherfucker. I didn't even think about that. You know what? Fuck Stellar Blade. Dino Crisis! I don't know. I just thought about Dino Crisis. I don't know why. I just did. Anyway, Stellar Blade's great. It really is great. I hope the next game has a better story, because I don't really care that much about the story that much. I know I said that much twice. But yeah, I don't know. I just try, like, that's the only thing I didn't like, really. I like the world. I like the enemies. I like the combat. The combat's great. I like the, everything else about the characters. Our main character, it was pretty good. Anyway, it's very nice. Anyway, but like, I don't know. It could have been better. I'm talking about story. It wasn't terrible, but it could have been better. Anyway, next. Oh yeah, this one is probably a given. I feel like every time they do a state of play, or maybe not every time, but every like 3 out of 4 times they do a state of play, they'll announce like some new console variant or something like that. Like, here's the 40th anniversary or some shit. Well, it's not 40, but whatever. Here's the whatever, the 28th anniversary, or the fuck, was it like 29 years since PlayStation? No, PlayStation came out in 1996 or 5. Oh, technically it came out in 94 in Japan, but that doesn't count. Yeah, in America. Oh, dude, we just missed the 30-year anniversary in America, which is real. Oh, Europe is about to be 30 years in 6 days, on the 29th. But anyway, we missed it by a couple weeks. The 9th of September, 1995 was the 30th anniversary for the American release of the PlayStation. I can't remember if it was 96 and 95, but in 94 it came out in Japan. So there you go. So did they celebrate a 30-year thing last year? I know they celebrated a... Oh yeah, that controller was that the 30-year anniversary controller? What was that controller they released? It was the anniversary thing, right? I'm pretty sure I have it. That's what I'm looking over here. That's what all my controllers are. Okay, maybe they already did. Whatever. They'll probably do some other shit. Maybe it'll be I don't know. Maybe if they announce a game here, it'll be like whatever. Who gives a shit? They already have a Ghost of Yotei one. So anyway, maybe they'll do Wolverine. There you go. Wolverine. Sorry, my hair looks really shitty today. I apologize. Don't lose your hair. That's shit. Anyway, all right, so next. Nope, shit, sorry. Next. Pew, 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 pew. Yeah, Marvel Tokon. I think this is definitely going to happen. New characters. We haven't seen any characters besides the what, 6 or 7 or 8 that we have gotten so far from the original trailer from I think that was the last State of Play, right? That was the last State of Play. That was a good one. I forgot. Marvel Tokon. Oh my god. Anyway, yeah, this is I think this. It would make sense if these 4 actually get out. So we got Wolverine, Blade, Captain Marvel, Black Widow. Those are my 4 guesses. Wolverine makes sense considering, Blade hype is up there with Marvel Rivals and Marvel Zombies. Captain Marvel would be probably cool. I don't know. And then Black Widow. I don't know. I just kind of threw in the Black Widow. Yeah, so there you go. Also, I put it might have a crossover. I don't think they'll announce it yet. That would be like a thing like post game launch. But I wouldn't be surprised if like maybe Capcom throws it in there. Like, ooh, there you go. You know, that would be really funny. Ooh, here's Jill Valentine. Oh, it's kind of like Marvel's Capcom. It's Marvel, this giant list of characters, and then versus Capcom, it's just like Jill Valentine. Like, oh fuck. That'd be funny. Anyway, next Marathon. Oh, I forgot to put the S. I'm sorry. There you go. Marathon reveals itself. I don't know what's gonna happen with it. Yeah, I think this was supposed to come out this month, right? It ain't coming out this month, but I have a feeling it's gonna come out sooner rather than later, and it's not gonna be all that great. It's just really a shame what's going on with Sony right now. I mean, there's still exclusives, but they're not like, it's not like a God of War level exclusive. I mean, we haven't had that many this generation. I think PS4 and especially PS3 were bangers when it comes to exclusives from Sony, where like big ones, I mean, where now like your exclusives are like, Death Stranding 2, that's a great one, don't get me wrong, but that's gonna come to other consoles. We already know it will. Lost Soul aside, and that's already on PC, so that'll probably also come to Xbox eventually. Well, maybe not actually. That game already completely. I feel bad for that developer. He worked so hard on that game for so long, and it is fun. It's not great, but it's fun. It's a fun. I had to stop playing it because it went on way too long. Like I was at like 13 hours in. I'm like, I don't care about the story. The combat's a lot of fun, but it's like, I gotta play other games. I don't like. There's other games out there with great combat systems that have great stories. Like I'm playing Trails in the Sky, Chapter 1. Great story, great characters, great writing, great graphics, great combat. Love the combat. The switching from real time to turn based is amazing. It almost makes me wish not Resident Evil, Final Fantasy VII had that combat system, which it kind of does, but not really. Like if you play Trails in the Sky, you'll know exactly what I mean by that. Combat system's different than Final Fantasy VII remakes. Anyway, Marathon will show up. I don't really give a flying fuck. I'm not gonna lie. Next, this one. This will happen. We'll get some more Astrobot DLC. Fuck yeah, for sure. For sure. That's going to happen. The guy that runs the Astrobot team, the guy that he showed up and had his speech last year, which was great. He's going to show up again. He always shows up like whenever they talk about Astrobot DLC. He's just like, hey, thanks. Here's some shit. Good shit. Not bad shit. Anyway, moving on. Next, another new Resident Evil Requiem trailer. I put a question mark because we just got a second trailer a week and a half ago when the Resident Evil Requiem Switch 2 version got announced. So I don't know, it might be too early, but I could see them doing maybe a special reveal. And I did see some people saying maybe we'll get a like an old Resident Evil cast member reveal. I think they would probably save that for later, like closer to release. You know what I mean? Like we're 6 months away from release right now. So my guess would be if they do it, it'll be more of a tease, like not a full reveal, like a Leon, maybe like you see a shoulder or something like that, and then maybe hear a voice, and that's it. We don't get to actually see what he looks like, but we get confirmation Leon's in it. Everybody wants Leon in it, which I do too, because I love Leon. And we haven't seen him since technically Resident Evil 6. And I know people are going to say, we're Resident Evil 2 and 4 remake, but those are remakes. So we haven't seen him in a new Resident Evil thing since. We've seen Chris Redfield plenty, Jill, no Jill, actually. I'd be sick of Jill, Claire too, technically. But Claire's always been kind of like shunned anyway, which sucks. But whatever. Anyway, so I think we'll get something. And, maybe PSVR 2 confirmed. That could be it. They could, that might actually happen. Maybe it'll be day one. That would be actually amazing if they did that, because we would have to wait for the VR stuff later. That'd be kind of cool. All right, well, that's my prediction. There you go. Oh my god, I have to put this every time. Well, maybe not every time, but every time I think about it, which to be fair, I think about it all the time. But I didn't put it in the last thing. The Gamescom thing, right? No, the Nintendo Direct. Or the Gamescom thing. Chrono Trigger, is it 2D HD or HD 2D? I think it's HD 2D. Not like it matters. But remake is real! Oh my god, I wish! Oh, please. I know there was like a misquote. Someone said like, we're working on the Chrono Trigger remake or something like that. And then they had to come out and said, no, that was mistranslated or something like that. But I'm hoping that it's still happening. I just broke all my fingers. But I hope so. I really hope so. I love Chrono Trigger. And HD 2D, I swear, every game that has had HD 2D has looked great, but it's all been leading up to the most obvious thing, and that's Chrono Trigger. Because I don't really want a 3D remake. I really don't, personally. I mean, it could be great. Don't get me wrong. Like, especially if it's like in the Dragon Quest looking art style, for sure. For sure. Actually, thinking about it, that sounds kind of sick. Actually, I would be totally fine with that. I mean, that's obviously it makes sense considering Toriyama did both designs, but like I mean like the 3D look, not like that new Dragon Quest game, which I don't mind the look of that, but I don't want that for Chrono Trigger. I want like, you know, Dragon Quest 11. If it looked that good, then huh? But if it's not like that, then I don't really want it. If it's like, you know, like Final Fantasy VII remake, it's just not like I don't want to see that. Watch it, they do it and then it looks great and I'm like, all right, well, fine. But yeah, I would rather have HD 2D or like Dragon Quest 11. Anyway, next, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth DLC. I was thinking maybe like an intermission thing. You know, it took about a year and a half after the release of the original one. So maybe, but to be fair, intermission or whatever the fuck the DLC was, Intergrade. No, Intergrade was the game. Intermission was the DLC. So yeah, Intergrade, you wouldn't have that. Well, no, they already did an update for PS5 Pro. Yeah, so it'll just be DLC. I could see that happening. Maybe some more Vincent stuff. I didn't finish Rebirth, but oh shit, they could do Dirge of Cerberus. Did they do any Dirge of Cerberus shit? I didn't finish 7 Rebirth. I just thought about, dude, remake Dirge of Cerberus as a DLC. Oh, they could totally do that, unless they already did that in the game. Don't, you know what? Just ignore I said anything. If they do that, by the way, remember I predicted it. Don't say if that happens in Rebirth. I still haven't finished it, and I really want to go back to it soon. I probably won't do the playthrough anymore because nobody was watching that. But what I'll do is I'll probably record myself playing when I think some big thing's about to happen. Maybe that's what I'll do so you can get my reaction. That'll work. Because no one cares about especially like a year and a half later. I think I'll probably do the same thing with Expedition 33. Anyway, next, I gotta put this. I'm sorry. It's not gonna happen. I mean, Silent Hill F is literally coming out the day after this. It's technically out right now if you have the deluxe edition, but it comes out tomorrow. It would be very strange if they announced this. Actually, if anything, Silent Hill F might have something here. You know, just like, I don't know, something. And the launch trailer already came out, but might have something. But please, I really want Born from a Wish, which I know I didn't finish Resident Evil 2 Remake. No, that's not true. I finished that multiple times. I didn't finish Silent Hill 2 Remake, but I've seen it. Let's just say. Because I'm a pussy. Like, I really am. I'm just a giant pussy. When it comes to video games, when it comes to movies, I mean, I get jump scared, but I go watch horror movies all day. When you put me in the control of something, I become a pussy. But to be fair, though, I do play a lot of horror games. Well, for someone that's a pussy. Dead Space Remake, I finished. To the point where I actually started up again, because that game's just a lot of fun. Resident Evil 2, 3, 4, all the Resident Evil games, technically. But those remakes that came out, of course. What was the other game I played? Some other shit. I don't know. Anyway, I played other horror games, so I'm not like a giant pussy. But I guess 7 and 8. I was skipping those. But 8 especially. Well, 8 especially only during that one moment with the baby. You know what I'm talking about. That. No. Anyway, I hope this gets revealed. I feel like this really needs to be added there. It's a big part of the story in my eyes. Like, it's important. So I really hope they do it. It'd be cool if it was just like an update. You know what? I didn't even think about this. They could do the same thing they did back on PS2 where, oh my God, they totally could. If you don't know, Silent Hill 2 originally, the original game I'm talking about, not the remake, came out on PS2 first, and then it came to Xbox as Restless Dreams, Silent Hill 2 Restless Dreams, and that's where the Born from a Wish got added, because that wasn't originally in the game. So they could do that in the future, so it won't be at the state of play, but if Xbox has something, they could be showing that's probably what's going to happen. And then it'll be a part of that, and also it'll be on the PS5 version too, but it'll be on that. If it's called Silent Hill 2 Restless Dreams again, oh my God, that'll be so sick. I didn't even think about that. So it'll come to Xbox with that DLC, and then the DLC will also be not free, I'm sure, you know. for a PS5. I don't know. Anyway, that could be it. Anyway, that won't be here. This is supposed to be a quick predictions. This one I just put because I kept thinking about Infamous recently, and I would love for this to happen. It's not gonna. But if Sucker Punch wants to get a little bit of, you know, some of that clout back because haven't been they haven't been too fond over lately, they could be like, hey, Infamous Collection coming next year, and it's gonna be remastered or something. That'd be kind of sick. And it'll come with the first two. We don't need the third one. Not that it's bad. It's just like you can play it on PS5 just fine, and it looks good still. You don't really need that. But Infamous 1 and 2 are stuck to on PS3. It'd be nice to not have to set up my PS3 to play those games because I don't really want to. Because I'm going to be honest with y'all, I didn't like the PS3 controller. I never did. I really don't like it. It's like one of my least favorite controllers, which is hilarious because 1, 2, 4, and 5 are all excellent, and then 3 just fucking sucks dick in my eyes. And I love every PlayStation controller. You know, even the fucking the regular PlayStation controller without the analog sticks. You know, but whatever. That's just me. I don't like the triggers. I don't like the feel of it. It feels like a toy. I think the whole DualShock thing really. I mean, not DualShock. That's a dual. What the fuck was it called? Where you shake it. 6-axis. Was a bad idea, but even when they didn't focus on that and have all that, I don't know. It felt like a cheap toy every time. I feel like I could crush the controller in my hands, and I've had like 3 controllers, and eventually I got rid of all of them because I never played online. I didn't play with people. It's just like, if we're playing on Xbox. That's pretty much it. That's a lie. I don't have friends. Anyway, but that'd be sick. But of course, gotta have a new Ghost of Yotei trailer. Of course. Probably a launch trailer. That would be kind of sick. I would like that. You know, it'd be really cool if they actually do show the Legends mode, because they already confirmed Legends is coming to this, and I've heard really good things about Legends. I never played it personally, but I've heard Legends was really fun. That's a multiplayer mode, by the way, for the first game. So they already confirmed second one's happening for Ghost of Yotei. So, and then I was just like thinking of what could be really awesome as the last thing. It'll probably be Wolverine, but it'd be kind of cool if they started off with Wolverine. I always say that State of Play should start off with something big, and then they usually start off with something kind of small. But this would be cool, you know, just, you know, maybe, you know, Bloodborne remastered, you know, that'd be kind of sick, you know, I just threw it in there. There's no rumor or anything about it right now, but, I mean, what is Bluepoint working on? Does anybody know? Didn't something Bluepoint related get canceled? Because they haven't made a game, or remastered, or remade, or made anything, since Demon's Souls back in fucking 2020. So wasn't there like, oh yeah, that's right. They didn't, yeah, Sony was getting them to work on some fucking multiplayer thing, right? And then they canceled it. Wasn't it that? Was it God of War? Was it Horizon? It was some shit. I mean, this could still get announced. This could be a thing where like they've been working on it for the last year and it comes out next year if it's a remaster, you know. I'm assuming they would remake it before that, because I feel like Bluepoint is at the point where they're just like, well, we'll remake it, you know. After Demon's Souls, like, you know. It makes sense if they want to. If people want it. This would blow the internet up if this actually gets announced. So, anyway, there you go. That's it. That's my predictions. I'm sure I missed some stuff. I kind of did this like on the fly. I just, you know, I don't know. I can't really think of what else I would want from Sony right now. Obviously, I would like a lot of new IPs if possible. A new God of War game would be sick. I don't play Horizon, so I don't really care. I don't play Killzone, so I don't care if that comes back. Sorry, Gorilla. I guess I don't like your shit. I'm sorry. I'm not a big. I tried with Horizon. I tried multiple times. I just cannot get into it. I'm sorry. You know what I really like? More farming games. 10 farming games in this state of play. People would love that. Oh my God, do it. I'm 115 hours into Story of Seasons, and I can do 115 more. And we're done. Bye.